I've reached out to former teams, and I kind of get sugar-coated answers. I can never really get the raw, honest truth.
What's going on there, guys? We back with another one, and today we got to talk about Boogie Cousins in a recent interview. He feels like he could still play in the NBA right now, and we see bigs from like over a decade, 15 years ago, him, Dwight Howard, guys we still feel like are able to play in the league. They can be on someone's roster and help them win games. I mean, Boogie, was it last year he was on Denver, and he was a good backup to Jokic. Literally can do some of the same things Jokic can do. He can see the floor, he can make the same passes. Now, he has the touch Jokic has around the rim a lot of times. I mean, but he's more physical. So on defense, sometimes Boogie can make plays that Jokic can't make. So I thought it was a good fit for him to be behind Jokic, in my opinion. And Dwight Howard, someone like Golden State that lacks a center, just to have, I don't see what the issue would be with bringing him in on a minimum contract, just in case you have a matchup where, look, we getting killed down low. Let's put Dwight in the game and see if he can help change the game. You know what I'm saying? So, some of these bigs are certainly needed and are able to be used on certain teams, but probably will never get the call. And Boogie Cousins spoke to that, and this is what he had to say.
You played last year, and the last time we saw you, I'm looking at it right now because I remember you were really good towards the tail end of that Warriors series. You had 19 points, 8 of 12, 15 minutes. I mean, that's in a playoff game against a team that went on to win the NBA championship. So you can still clearly play. Have you talked to teams why you're not in the league? Has anybody given you any feedback as to why you're not out there on the court right now?
That's honestly my biggest issue. That's kind of the untold secret of the NBA. You never really get an honest answer. I'm the type of guy that whenever I go through my hard times or my hardships, I look at myself first. What can I do to better myself? And that's something I pride myself on. And I've asked many questions. I've reached out to former teams, and I kind of get sugar-coated answers. I can never really get the raw, honest truth. So I've struggled with that as well. I would love to get a real answer.
So from Boogie's perspective, man, what he's experienced is that these teams just aren't being real with him. So basically, he's saying, they like, oh, Boogie, we love you, man. If anything comes open, man, we definitely looking for someone like you. We'll bring you in for a workout. He's sitting back watching other guys get signed or other guys getting brought in as free agents, and and guys that he's better than. And he's like, why not give me the call? But I mean, it's a lot of ways that teams look at these sort of fits and everything. If they have a player that's less talented than you, but it's a great locker room guy, sometimes they'll just stick with him. Or if they have a young player that they're developing, you're better than that player, but they're developing this player now. And if they bring you in, there's no justification for not playing you over said player. And it messes with their future investment. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you come in, you look too good, that's not a part of the script. That's not like what we're trying to do at this stage. So I think Boogie is running into some of that, where new players are in their roles, and it's a hard transition. You look at someone like Brook Lopez, he's completely reinvented himself as a player. I mean, you look at the eras Brook Lopez has played in, and he could always shoot, but with the three-point shot becoming such a prominent thing in today's game, he's mastered it. Over 7 feet block shots, still finishes above the rim when he needs to. He's the perfect big beside Giannis Antetokounmpo. and playing at a start like a all-star level, honestly. And so you look at someone like him, he's been one that's been always a great locker room guy everywhere he went. Hasn't had a history of anything. And my point is, all his teammates love him, and he's been just the model NBA player since he entered the league. And say you look at someone like Udonis Haslem, he clearly knows he's not getting playing time. So that's not even why he's on the roster. And that's what Miami, they're the one team that's looking for that, a culture guy. And he's there and he's doing whatever he's doing. And that's why, he's going to retire after this year. But, he's got good favor with Pat Riley, period. That's why he's got a job. I'm trying to think, is there anyone else? I mean, because it don't make sense for Boogie and Dwight not to have jobs, but it's just, the game is just moving in a different direction, man. They don't see no upside in bringing him in. A lot of things is about upside right now. Yes, Boogie can still outplay some players, and I think he'd be good, for like Denver. I think they didn't have Jamal Murray or none of those guys last year. I think it would have been fair for Boogie to be able to run it back with them coming off the bench. This is why I like for players to stay with their original team as long as possible, because it seems like it works out for those guys. Now, if they're traded and it's a mutual split, then a lot of times they'll bring that player back later in their career, in a leadership role. If they exhibited leadership early on, they'll bring those guys back. Like, you remember how they did KG at the end of his career? He went back to Minnesota to mentor Cat and all those guys a little bit. One thing I can say about Boogie is a lot of times it's about how you were early on in your career, in your prime. Did you exhibit those leadership off the court qualities that an organization would want to bring back? And were you a part of a good organization? Because sometimes you could be all of the things that I'm saying, and the organization just don't care about the player when they ain't who they used to be. So there's that too. I don't know, man. What fit would y'all like to see for Boogie Cousins? For me, I believe it's Denver. Him and Jokic, with the skill sets they have, I feel like they're a good two-punch at the center position. I'm trying to think about another team. I don't know about the Clippers. Yeah, man, I really just see Denver. I thought Denver was the good fit for him, but we gonna see how this plays out. I mean, he said he spoke his mind. Now let's see if someone gives him an opportunity to come in late and join a playoff team or whatever. But hey, man, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time, peace.